What's going on, guys? So it is an absolutely beautiful day out here today and a perfect day to tackle the project that we're going to go after. So you probably remember a video I recently posted showcasing my father's new Flagstaff E-Pro travel trailer that they pair behind their B-Series. If you didn't see that video or the video that we showcased the actual purchase of the new trailer paired to this, you need to go back and check it out because there's a very legitimate reason why they did that. And real quickly, I'll give you a 10,000 foot overview of it. It's because of this right here. This tiny little bed folds out, or sorry, tiny little sofa folds out into a bed, and that bed is very, very cramped and super uncomfortable, but it's the only bed that's inside of their RV or their Class B. It's on a slide, which is really nice because you can pop this slide out and it gives you at least the length you need, but it's not comfortable and it's very, very narrow, only about 4 feet, less than 4 feet. So for a couple, it might not make the most sense. So what they decided to do was to get a Flagstaff E-Pro travel trailer. They found the perfect one that they wanted, pre-owned, great price, exactly the way they configured it. It's essentially a rolling master suite now. They pull it behind this, they use it as their master bedroom, plus they're gonna get the redundancy of a shower, stove, microwave, refrigerator, all of that stuff. Anyways, first time they took it out camping, their AC in this unit actually started acting up, started smelling funny, and it's a Coleman Mach 8 unit, direct fire, no thermostat. And yeah, the challenge they had with it is that when they tried to cool the van down, it started smelling. It started smelling electrical. So he didn't use this, but thankfully they had their new Flagstaff E-Pro with an air conditioner inside of it. And the funny thing about all of this is that the E-Pro actually had the exact same air conditioning unit that this van has, which is kind of crazy considering the price difference between the two. That said, we went through the process in that video of removing the factory Coleman unit that was there and replacing it with the AC unit that's in that box right there, or that was in that box right there, and removing the unit that was on the RV and putting it in that box. So what we're gonna do in this video, we're actually gonna swap out this unit, which is having problems, with the unit that's in that box, which was removed from the Flagstaff E-Pro. So yeah, everything's getting recycled except this unit up here, which I suppose he could keep for parts or whatever he decides to do with it. But today is going to be very similar to the other day in terms of installation. So hang tight, I'll be right back. So just like the other installation or removal, we actually have to get up there, unbolt it from the inside. The unit will pretty much just come off, and then we're going to pull the Mini X over here so we can load it in the bucket of the Mini X, lower it down, load the other AC unit back in, put it back up, and bolt it in place. We're not going to follow every step on this one because it's going to be exactly the same as the previous video, and I don't want to draw it out in that sense. But that's essentially the project for today. First thing I need to do is grab the Mini X, bring it over here. And if you guys didn't notice, one of the really, really great perks of having a mini excavator isn't just the ability to excavate dirt and move it, it's the ability to use it as a crane or as a hoist or as really whatever tool you want to use it for, since it has that really great articulating front scoop. And yeah, it gives you a ton of versatility if you need to move heavy things around, or in our case, get heavy things off of the top of an RV onto the ground and then load something else that's heavy back on top of the RV. It definitely made the job a lot safer and a lot easier in the sense that we didn't have to try to lower an air conditioning unit down the back ladder and potentially injure ourselves in that sense. Okay, so we have the panel off of the van and the panel off of the travel trailer. Definitely tell the travel trailer is cleaner, so probably an indication of age. So this is off of a 2021 travel trailer, 2015 van, so this one's significantly newer, but all of our connections appear to be the same. Okay, so this is the unit that came out of the van. This is the unit from the Flagstaff. We found one difference, and that's the fact that the van actually has a heat strip in it. So we wondered what that lead was for. We thought it might have been for a thermostat, but no, it's actually for a heat strip. So the van also has an Aldi system for heating as well, but this system right here puts a small heating unit on the actual air conditioning unit itself. So yeah, we've swapped the bracket over. There's a small bracket right here that needed to move over, and then this is going to mount to the bracket with 2 wing nuts. We'll go ahead and get that in place, load it onto the excavator, lift it on the roof, and installed. But pretty simple process so far, pretty straightforward. Okay, so because we don't have a new RV seal, we're going to go ahead and use the existing seal that's on there. It's in really good shape, but just to secure it, make sure that we don't have any leaks, we're going to use this ProFlex RV flexible sealant, specifically designed for RVs. You know, I actually got a hold of this stuff a long time ago when I was using the wrong stuff, and several of my viewers said, this is the stuff you should be using. So yeah, ProFlex RV. I get this off of Amazon, but I'm sure there's a bunch of other places where you can buy it. Specifically designed for RVs, and it's also removable as well. So it's not like silicone where when it dries on, you pretty much have a permanent bond. This gives you kind of a flexible bond that if you need to peel it off eventually, you're able to do that without any damage. So yep, this is stuff we're going to use. My dad's going to get on the RV. He's going to put a bead around it, make sure it's nice and clean, and then he'll put this into place, lower it down, and then we'll compress it on with the bolts. Okay, so we finished everything up. Had a few little issues to deal with. The main issue was, you see this plenum back here? It needed to be reattached. We needed to remove the top portion right there with those screws. There's one, there's actually 3, and then just re-clamp this on. I put some new 3M double-sided adhesive to hold it in place since we peeled the old stuff off. Everything's working good. Power control says 12 amps. We have everything turned off except this right now, so it's drawing about 12 amps. Air is nice and cold. Very nice. Yeah, it was an interesting little project. Still got to put the filters back on, but you know, it accomplished what he was looking for, and now we have a functioning AC. And I know there's going to be some folks in the comments who say, well, if the other unit had a heat strip on it and this one didn't, maybe he had accidentally turned on the heater and that's what he was smelling. He actually thought of that right in the process of discovering the heat strip. So yeah, there could have been a chance that what he was smelling was him turning the heater on, because this has, again, a different system for the heating. So you actually have this really cool system which draws air in and blows it out and heats it up behind this wall using the water heating system. But right here, this also had a heat strip on it. And again, he didn't know he had a heat strip on there until we had it on the ground and we were looking at the back side of it. So it's very possible that he had it on heat mode and that's what he was smelling. But it was a fun project anyways. Got to spend time with my dad. I don't know when this video is going to post, but this is Veterans Day. So my dad's a vet, 24 years in the Air Force. So yeah, this was an opportunity for father-son bonding. Always like working on projects like this, especially when they turn out to work well. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this very interesting video on the phase 2 portion of the AC exchange swap that we did, starting with the Flagstaff ePro, and now this and the ePro share something in common. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.